Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Not your mind, your heart. When was the last time you spoke to your body with kindness? Not because it looked the way you wanted it to look, not because it finally stopped hurting, but simply because it has carried you through every single moment of your life. Think about that for a moment. Every breath you didn't have to think about. Every heartbeat you never once had to remind yourself to keep going. Every night your body worked quietly in the dark, repairing, restoring, returning to balance while you slept. Maybe you spent years trying to fix your body, trying to understand it, trying to change it, trying to force it into something it wasn't ready to become. And somewhere along the way, you started believing your body was the problem. But what if it never was? What if your body has been protecting you all this time, even when you couldn't understand why? Even when the protection looked like pain? Even when the message came in a language you hadn't yet learned to read? Your body has heard every word you've ever spoken about yourself. It believed every one of them. Every criticism whispered in the mirror. Every moment of disappointment. Every night you lay awake telling yourself you weren't enough. Every time you said, silently or out loud, "Why won't you just work?" And still, it never stopped breathing for you. It never stopped carrying you forward. It never abandoned you, not even once. Today, we are not going to fight the body. We are going to understand it. Carl Jung believed that what we bury in the unconscious doesn't disappear. Sometimes it finds another way to speak. And sometimes that voice is the body itself, pressing, aching, insisting on being heard. The truth is, one of the greatest forces for change has always been the way you speak to yourself. Not with force, not with performance, but with the kind of quiet conviction that goes deeper than logic. Healing doesn't begin with a prescription. It doesn't begin in a waiting room. It begins the moment you accept that your body wants to restore itself, and that it is listening to you completely, unconditionally, always. Every single day, your body is responding to the inner world you create within yourself. The only question worth asking is this: what have you been saying to them? Now, let's begin by slowing down. Breathe with me just once, and again. Not for effort, but for arrival. You are here in this moment because some part of you already understands. There is far more to healing than correcting what appears broken. There is a language the body speaks that most people were never taught to recognize. And today, we learn to speak it back. You are not broken. You are not malfunctioning. You are remembering. You are recalibrating. And your words are the signal your body has been waiting for. Your thoughts become part of the inner world your body lives in every day, with or without your conscious awareness. Your body is always responding to the emotional world you create within yourself. It follows the directions that your deepest feelings reinforce. And you have the full right to rewrite those directions at any time. That right belongs to you completely. Let me say something straightforward but profoundly important. I am not a physician. I am someone who reminds you that your body is intelligent, capable, and wise beyond what most of us were ever taught to believe. In fact, it is more than capable. It is waiting, patiently, persistently, for you to step into your role. There is a chamber of healing within you, and you hold the only key that opens it. But that key does not respond to panic. It doesn't respond to force or frustration. It unlocks only when the voice of love speaks with calm, grounded authority. So let me ask you something, not to challenge you, but to awaken something that has been sleeping. If your body could repeat back to you every word you've ever spoken about it, what would you hear? Some people say they've been battling their illness. Others ask themselves quietly, why won't my body cooperate with me? But those words carry weight. They carry tension and resistance into the very cells that are trying to respond. Your body absorbs those signals just as naturally as plants lean toward sunlight. Your body, too, leans toward loving direction. It has always been leaning toward you. What if, instead of fighting your pain, began addressing it with firm but genuine gentleness? What if you stopped narrating everything that was wrong and started declaring out loud what was possible? Place your hand over your heart right now. Just gently rest it there. Feel that rhythm beneath your palm. That is your body loving you without interruption. Even in the moments when you were most critical of it, it kept loving you. Even when you said, "Why aren't you getting better?" It kept pumping. It kept breathing. It kept repairing what it could. It kept forgiving you for the words you didn't realize you were sending. You don't need to earn this love. You only need to acknowledge it. And from that place of quiet, genuine gratitude, you can now speak as the one who leads this magnificent system. You don't have to beg. You don't have to plead. You don't even need to feel certain of the outcome. You simply speak. You direct. You instruct with clarity, and your body, with all its intelligence, listens. If you feel that truth landing somewhere inside you right now, drop this in the comments. 111. I am the voice my body has been waiting to hear. Let that be the very first command you give today. Let it be witnessed. Now close your eyes and picture a door somewhere deep inside you. Behind that door is a luminous chamber, warm, alive, quietly regenerating. It is the command center of your body, the place where every healing signal originates. You are the one in charge of this room. You open that door not with panic, not with desperation, but with a single clear sentence. A sentence that initiates everything. It might be as simple as, "I am safe to heal now," or, "I give every part of me full permission to do what it already knows how to do." Or perhaps, "I now direct my body to return itself to its natural, original wholeness." Your body is not confused about what to do. It is always listening. The confusion arises from fear, from the long habit of surrendering our authority outward to something or someone beyond ourselves, from the deep-seated belief that someone out there must know more about our body than the one who has lived inside it every moment of every day. But when you come back home, right here, to your breath, to your touch, to the quiet sanctuary within, you will recognize something important. Healing was never far away. It was waiting patiently and faithfully for you to speak first. You are the one your body has been waiting to hear from. Not because you need to say something complicated, not because you need to understand every biological process happening beneath the surface, but because you need to trust, and then speak from that trust. Trust that when you speak from love, your body responds. Trust that when you stop resisting and begin leading, healing accelerates in ways that can surprise you. Trust that there is no war to be won here, only a command to give, and a body that is already prepared to receive it. And here is what Carl Jung understood more deeply than most. The psyche and the body are not separate systems running parallel courses. They are in constant, intimate conversation. What lives unresolved in the mind will find expression in the body. The shadow, those buried emotions, those unacknowledged needs, those rejected parts of the self, does not vanish when we ignore it. It descends. It waits. And often it speaks through our symptoms in the only way it knows how to be heard. This is not a cause for shame or guilt. It is an invitation to lead with awareness, with compassion, and with the kind of quiet authority that comes from finally understanding what is actually happening inside you. So today, speak something new. Say something that opens a door that has been closed for too long. Tell your cells, "I am with you now. I am on your side. I am ready to listen, to lead, and to love you back to full expression." And tomorrow, say it again, not as hollow repetition, but as conscious reinforcement. You are recoding a system that was never working against you. It was simply responding to the signals it was given, mixed, unclear, conflicted. But now those signals are becoming something different. Steady, loving, certain, trustworthy. Breathe with me. There is no urgency here. You don't need to rush or brace against what's coming. Let's invite healing in together, with both structure and softness. Because your body has a language, and like any language, requires clarity in order to respond fully. I call this simple reflection the inner command practice, not because it controls the body, but because it reminds the mind how to lead with love. Not a quick technique, but a structured, conscious way of speaking to the deepest layers of yourself, a way of returning to the precise frequency your body already knows. Your body doesn't need more volume from you, it needs more direction. D stands for direct. Speak to the place that has been asking for your attention, not vaguely, not generally, by name. Your body has been waiting for you to look directly at it, not past it, not around it, but at it with full presence. Is it your chest, your lower back, your nervous system, your digestion? Call it by name, just as you wouldn't reach toward someone you love by saying, "Hey, person." Your body responds to being seen precisely. Begin with, I now direct my full awareness to. I stands for instruct. Give your body the permission you've been waiting to receive from someone else. That permission was never theirs to give. It was always yours. Tell your shoulders they are allowed to release what they've been holding for years. Tell your nervous system it is safe to soften. Tell the part of you that has been braced against the next hard thing, you can rest now. I am here. This is not imagination. This is what it sounds like when the one in charge finally comes home. Speak it aloud whenever you can. I now instruct this part of me to. C stands for command, not with force, with certainty. There is a difference, and your body knows it instantly. Force is the voice of fear trying to control. Certainty is the voice of love that already trusts the outcome. You are not demanding anything from your body. You are stepping into the role it has been waiting for you to occupy. Not, I wish this would stop hurting, but I now command full restoration to begin here. You are not asking, you are stating, quietly, clearly, without apology, what is to be. C again stands for compel. Speak until your heart believes what your words are saying. This is where the practice becomes something deeper than technique. This is where you stop performing healing and start feeling it. You say, I compel every cell in my body to return to harmony, to wholeness, to what it was always meant to be. And you say it again if you need to, and again, not because the words are magic, but because repetition is how the heart finally lets itself believe what the mind has been trying to say. Now, let's bring all four together. Say it with me, with genuine emotion, with full presence. I now direct all of my awareness to my heart. I instruct my heart to beat in a perfect, steady rhythm. I command every vessel and pathway to function in its natural order. I compel every part of this beautiful system to harmonize with ease, love, and lasting balance. Or perhaps, I now direct my full attention to my digestive system. I instruct every process within it to activate smoothly and peacefully. I command my body to release all accumulated tension and imbalance. I compel this system to function in comfort, in light, in restoration, exactly as it was designed to. Now say this with me, with emotion, with presence. I now direct, instruct, command, and compel full restoration of the area I have chosen. I do not beg. I do not doubt. I speak with the authority that is naturally and completely mine, and my body listens. Do you feel even a subtle shift, a warmth, a quiet softening, a small release of something held tight? That is not imagination. That is alignment beginning. Your nervous system is exquisitely sensitive to the quality of safety in your internal environment. When you speak from calm, grounded authority, every part of that system signals, "We are safe now. Restoration can begin." This is not forcing. This is conducting, the way a conductor raises the baton before an orchestra that already knows the music. Not with urgency, but with poise. Your body has always known the music. It has been waiting for you to return to the podium. Drop this in the comments right now. 444. My body is intelligent, and I am its loving guide. Say it here. Say it out loud. Let it be the moment something real begins to shift. Now, let's go somewhere deeper. Because sometimes the pain we carry in the body isn't about what we eat, or how old we are, or what our medical history holds. Sometimes the pain lives in memories that were never fully processed. It grows in places where forgiveness has never once been permitted to enter. It hides in the corners where grief was stored silently, where anger was swallowed over and over, until the body finally said, "I cannot hold this alone any longer." Jung understood this with unusual depth. He recognized that what we refuse to feel does not simply fade. It descends into the shadow. It waits there, often for years. And from that place in the unconscious, it finds expression. Sometimes in our patterns, and sometimes in the persistent language of the body. The body is not punishing you for what you've repressed. It is asking to be heard. There is a profound relationship between what we carry emotionally and what we experience physically. When resentment lives in the body over long periods, tension becomes chronic. When grief remains unexpressed, the chest learns to hold itself tightly. When anxiety becomes the baseline state, the body's systems designed for restoration begin to struggle. These are not random occurrences. They are not punishments. They are the body's deeply intelligent attempt to bring your attention to what has not yet been resolved. And here is the door that most people are afraid to open. What if some part of you has unconsciously learned to need this pain? Not because you want to suffer, but because, at some earlier point, the pain served a purpose. It created rest when rest was otherwise not permitted. It brought care when asking directly felt impossible. It made the impossible weight of certain responsibilities temporarily bearable. Jung called these the hidden compensations of the psyche. The unconscious is extraordinarily creative in finding ways to give us what we need, even when the method creates suffering elsewhere. This is not weakness. This is survival intelligence. And it deserves to be met with compassion, not accusation, not shame. So, sit with this question gently. Is there any part of me that has been holding on to this discomfort because it has been quietly serving a purpose? For many people, when they finally let themselves hear it honestly, the answer is yes. And that moment of recognition is precisely where real and lasting transformation begins to move. Say this with me now, slowly and with full intention. I release every hidden agreement that has kept me connected to pain. I release every hidden agreement that has kept me connected to pain. I release every hidden agreement that has kept me connected to pain. And now, add this with your whole heart. I now choose freedom. I now choose restoration. I now choose life, not as something I must earn through suffering, but as something I am allowed to simply receive. If something in you just released, even the smallest exhale of something long held, drop this in the comments. 528. I release every pattern that no longer serves my healing. Write it now. Let the act of writing it be its own small ceremony. Now, let's speak to the part of you that has been waiting the longest. To the child within me, I'm so sorry you had to become strong when all you really needed was to feel safe. None of this was ever too much for you because you were weak. It was too much because you were only a child. You deserved comfort long before you learned how to survive. You never needed to carry all of this alone. You only needed someone to stay. I'm here now. I'm listening. I'm choosing you. And this time, I'm not leaving. Place your hand gently on your heart. Speak to the younger version of yourself who first learned to hide their needs, who first decided it was safer to be strong than to be honest about what was hurting. Say softly, "Little one within me, I see you now. I know you've been afraid, and I understand, finally, why the body has been speaking the way it has. You were asking for something I didn't yet know how to give. But I know now, and I'm here. I'm staying." You don't need to resolve everything in this single moment. This connection heals in layers, slowly, genuinely, from the inside. It softens the places where shame has calcified. It builds new trust between the parts of you that have been in conflict. And one day, perhaps not so far from now, you will feel it. We made it through this. together. Forgiveness is not pretending the pain never happened. It is choosing with full awareness that the pain will no longer have the final word in who you become. You are not carrying their story forward anymore. From this moment, you begin authoring something entirely new. Let's do something together now, a guided moment for your body, a practice for your peace. Find a comfortable position wherever you are. Allow your eyes to close gently. Imagine a warm golden light just above the crown of your head, soft and steady, like the first light of morning. This light is not something foreign. It is the intelligence of life itself, returning to where it has always belonged. Picture it slowly descending through your forehead, bringing a quiet stillness to the mind. Through your face, softening the jaw, the throat that has held so many unspoken words. Into your shoulders, let every accumulated burden begin to melt. This golden light moves like warm, unhurried honey, thorough, nourishing, reaching every corner. If it passes over a place that feels contracted or depleted, pause there. Say quietly, "This light dissolves what does not belong here. I am being restored in this place." Let it continue through your chest, your heart. Feel that warmth spread slowly through your ribs, your belly, your hips, through your legs, all the way to the soles of your feet. Every cell receives the message. Every system hears it. We are safe. Restoration is happening now. Say to your body with real feeling, "I see you. I thank you for everything you have carried. I am with you now, fully, finally, here." Rest here for a moment. This light is always available to you. It does not come from outside. It rises from within. You can return to it whenever you need to remember what is true about you. Now I want to leave you with something to carry forward into every ordinary day ahead. Before the world begins to speak into you each morning, speak into yourself first. 3 short, clear sentences, said aloud, said with presence. Something like, "I am safe to be fully present today. I release what no longer belongs to me. I receive what is already on its way." Or, "I command peace in my nervous system today. I command restoration in every cell. I command love to lead every choice I make." These small, consistent acts of self-directed speech gradually rewire the patterns that years of unconscious narration have built. They soften the nervous system. They realign you, day by day, word by word, with the wholeness that has been there all along, waiting beneath everything to be reclaimed. Let's talk about one more essential dimension of this practice: the emotional echo. Your body doesn't just hear what you say once. It builds internal expectations based on the patterns you repeat over weeks, over months. This means that what matters most is not perfection. It is consistency of presence. Choose a time and honor it. Early mornings, before the first notification of the day reaches you, or evenings in the quiet before sleep claims you. Even 2 minutes, 2 genuine, focused, loving minutes of clear internal direction carries more transformative weight than hours of passive wishing. Because presence is exponentially more powerful than duration when it comes to working with the body's intelligence. And here is something remarkable that many people begin to notice after just a few weeks of consistent practice. The body starts to anticipate. Symptoms begin to settle more quickly. Recovery feels more natural. The inner dialogue shifts from adversarial to collaborative without forcing the change. You may even begin to notice the body offering feedback, a quiet pull toward stillness when you've been pushing too hard, a craving for rest, for air, for movement. These are the early signs that a genuine two-way dialogue has been established. This is what Carl Jung pointed toward: the union of the conscious and the unconscious, the mind and the body, the one who speaks and the one who has been waiting to be heard. You are not dominating your body. You are completing a conversation that has been unfinished for far too long. So let's close this practice with one final declaration. Say it with me now, slowly, deliberately, from the place in you that has grown stronger through every moment of this. I direct, I instruct, I command, I compel. My body is intelligent, faithful, and capable of restoration. I am its loving guide. I am the voice it has been waiting to hear. And from this moment forward, I choose to speak. Say it once more and mean it more deeply this time. I direct, I instruct, I command, I compel. My body is intelligent, faithful, and capable of restoration. I am its loving guide. And from this moment forward, I choose to speak. If you've stayed with this all the way to this moment, drop this in the comments. 11. I am the architect of my own awakening, and I choose healing now. Write it. Mean every word. Let your body hear you claim what is already yours. Before you leave,